What is up, guys? In this video I want to ask you a very simple yet somewhat complex question. What if Epic added this? Now, what do I mean by this? Well, I'm going to give you 4 things that I think if Epic added would make the game absolutely crazy. And not crazy in the sense of like game breaking, but like crazy because maybe we haven't seen it in the game before. Maybe it would be an interesting addition to the game. Or maybe just be something that would find fun for a little bit and then we'd be done with it. But either way, it's going to be a bag full of cats. So I don't even know if that's an actual expression, but you know what? We're going to go with it. A bag full of cats. So I have 4 ideas in my head that I'm sure have been talked about somewhat. And I say somewhat because I haven't really done a ton of research on it. I just know I've played Fortnite since season 1 and I've not seen any variation of this. I have seen certain people talk about these particular things, maybe not all in one video but separately. So let's get into it. Without further ado, these are my 4 things that Epic should add to make this game interesting, but probably won't happen, let's be honest. So the first one is proximity chat. So this is kind of basically self-explanatory, but if you have not played PUBG or Rust or anything like that, I'm just going to kind of explain it to you guys. What it means is when someone is in your proximity, keyword there, you can both talk to each other and, I don't know, share social security numbers. I don't know how that really, just depends on the game with proximity chat. But I'm going to give you fair warning here. Well, as someone who's played Rust, proximity chat mostly is very toxic. The toxic level is absolutely through the roof. You get a lot of racially charged conversations and it makes for a very unpleasant environment to play in sometimes. And I know just from my experience playing Fortnite, I do rage and I do say things that sometimes come off as like really boastful on my side, like, what, I had that wall, you know, that guy should have died from my 28 shotgun pump to the face. But you know, most of the time proximity chat is just super toxic people being toxic, and the amount of kids that play Fortnite probably would make for funny moments. And for content creators, obviously this would just be a gold mine of content. But like I said, fair warning, it gets pretty toxic. I think it would be cool if they added it, but only maybe in a specific LTM, because pubs matches would just get absolutely crazy. Number 2, 1 day unvaulted. This one kind of has been done with Epic's Unvaulted mode LTM, so this one kind of just wouldn't really work too well. But most of these things I would want to see added, or if Epic did do this, I would want to see it in a pubs match. So just for context, this would all be something added to public matches. 1 day unvaulted, basically for 24 hours, Epic would add a game or an item that we haven't seen for some time, and maybe haven't seen since season 1, or let's be honest, was maybe game breaking, and they add it to the game and they don't tell anybody, they don't modify it, they don't change it to make it more balanced. They just throw it in there and say, hey, for 24 hours you're gonna have to deal with this and you're not gonna hear anything from us. That'd be cool. Maybe they add some vehicle like ATKs, drum gun, maybe the proximity launcher, zap traps, if those OG Fortnite players remember those were pretty crazy. Maybe even, I'm gonna add on to this, maybe even add something like that was in the game that they fixed or they modified, like how traps could only kill the enemy, but in the beginning it could kill both you, and if it was your trap you set, it could kill you and the enemy, so you'd have to kind of watch out for that. I think that would be funny just to add that back in there to see how players, especially pub players, react. And obviously content, let's be honest, it would be amazing content. But that's that. Number 3 is first person mode. So this would just be an LTM, and if we're being completely honest here and transparent, this will probably never happen, because if you have a first person mode, it pretty much negates having a skin on your pickaxe, or just having a pickaxe, or having a skin on your gun, or really. And let's take a moment here, imagine building in first person, like how absolutely mind-gobbling that would be. Like I get completely lost when I'm just building in third person, so let's be honest, if you did it in first, it would just wreck your mind. Vertigo engaged. Do I see that happening as well? No. Would it be cool to see? Yes. I know there are some variants and people have kind of messed with this. I don't know if there's anything creative that could be done like that. But I know I've seen videos on YouTube of people like first person mode in Fortnite. So, I mean, it's definitely something out there that you could watch to see, and it glitches or whatever. But that's probably never going to be added, but it would be funny to see, you know, if maybe in a certain POI in Fortnite they just added as soon as you cross the barrier it became first person, nobody would shoot, it would basically just become like a Warzone Call of Duty game. And that would be actually kind of interesting. I didn't think about that, putting a POI as first person POI. It would be cool. I don't know if that would ever happen, but you know what, let's be honest, that would never ever happen. But it would be cool if it did happen. The last one, the one that I feel honestly is the most impactful, or would be the most impactful for everyday casual pubs players, is the enemies' builds become your own. Now, I could go into a lot of detail on what exactly I mean by that and really just kind of flush out that idea, but I just want you guys to like get the idea of what I mean. So if you kill someone and they're basically a creative warrior, they do high ground retakes, crank 90s, do all these, you know, fast edits, try to full box you, but you end up killing them. At the moment that they die to you, their builds now become yours. So at that moment, you can actually, if someone's building up to the third party, you can actually, you know, you take control of that whole entire fight. So all of the builds that he placed are now yours. This to me would be really interesting if Epic did this without telling anybody and made it just like a long-term addition, because obviously it would negate waterfalling, because at that point, you know, you could just build through that person's builds and get down, you know, find a way down way faster than just waterfalling straight down. If you're getting third party, it'd help you hide and build easier, which makes, you know, let's be honest, rat players a little bit harder to fight. But if they did this, I think it would be a really cool addition. I think it would make for some really cool content, and that's all basically Fortnite is. It's just a content stream for people who want to dump on kids. Actually, that's probably not true, but you know, it would be cool, and maybe I'll make a video about this and flesh it out a little bit more on what I would like to see. But basically, those are my 4 things that what if Epic added these to pubs and matches. Do I see any of these happening? No. If I had to choose 2 that I would really want to see happen, the enemies builds become yours, and proximity chat. But obviously, proximity chat, like I explained earlier, there's a lot of blah to that, but it is what it is. Those are some pretty interesting things I feel like that would be cool if Epic did add them. And now guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you had any other suggestions that you thought of, leave them down in the comments below. But enjoy the rest of this solo one. I'm not even in circle yet, man. Yeah, let's focus that guy. Did he drop down? Oh, where are you guys, man? We got high ground. I'm Banshee. Okay, buddy. Oh my gosh, man, that pack of loss is kind of screwing with me. Come on up. Where you at? Oh my gosh, if I die here, I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, dude. I've never been that nervous in my life.